This is the Weekly Wires.
Happy holidays, CUSD. Welcome to this week's version of the Weekly Wire. We were so excited this past week to meet with the Board of Trustees for our annual technology review. We adopted a new technology plan last year, and so this year I got the chance to report on how's it going with our goals. We're really excited about the progress we're making and the baselines we have now for our 7 new goals, and namely around student learning, moving from this quantitative measurement to a qualitative measurement. We know we're using technology. What is the quality outcome of that? We're really excited to continue monitoring that and supporting that. Those were our other goals too, making sure students and staff have all the supports and training they need to achieve those outcomes, and making sure our infrastructure is strong and reliable. So it was really great to sit before them, and I appreciated the opportunity. This week in our highlight, students spent time, instead of doing Hour of Code this year, it's an annual challenge, it was the Hour of AI, and there's some really cool outcomes that came from that. And I'll let our TOSA, Callie Fleury, take it away on what students made.
This year, CUSD is participating in something called the Hour of AI, which is similar to what the Hour of Code used to be, right? But they have changed it to Hour of AI this year for many reasons, mostly because AI is so prevalent in our lives now. And we're finding that we really need to make sure that we are teaching our students what AI is, what it isn't, how to properly use it, right? And again, this doesn't mean that we're throwing them into a chatbot and letting them have free reign. We're actually using things that are already embedded within our programs that we use every day, but also helping them understand that that's true. So even when they were doing coding instead for the Hour of Code, they had AI aspects integrated in that program. So similar, we are using something called Adobe Express for our contest, where they're going to create their dream product, and they're doing image generation. Now, before I get to that, I just wanted to point out that this is a global movement. So here's the CS for All website, where they really go over why we're doing Hour of AI, why it matters, how we're learning about it too, because this is such a new thing for all of us, right? And making sure it's accessible, because again, this is something that it's here, it's not going away. So we want to make sure that we're being models for our students and allowing them to use this tool in an effective way. So this is where you can learn a little bit more. You can find other activities besides the one that we pull out. But for CUSD, we have our Hour of AI website. This is emailed to you through instructional services, but here we have just a little introduction video that we hope teachers are using to introduce it to students. We have our contest where it really walks them through, and they're doing image generation. So they're going to tell the AI image generator exactly what they want their product to look like and who they want inside of the image, or like what they want the product to like resemble, right? So it's pretty sophisticated prompting that they'll learn how to do. I'll show you some of that in a second, but we also have other activities. If you do want to do more of the coding part of it, you can still do that. And like I said, there is AI involved even in that code. So that's why these activities are here. So there's the homepage. If you want to get to just the dream product contest, it's right here. You can see an overview of the activity here. The purpose, of course, is to understand how generative AI works, learn how to write effective prompts for AI use creative AI tools. You're producing a product using the Adobe Express template. And then also, my favorite part of this activity is that they're reflecting on how AI can support creativity and design thinking. Because they really do have to think about this process. AI is not just doing it for them, they're just using it as a tool to create that content. So we have a little rubric here. We will keep in mind which grade we're looking at, of course. So if we have younger students completing the contest, which we do, and I'm super excited about that, we kind of modify the rubric based on that. This is how you enter the contest, this form right here. And then we'll be grading it. You have until the end of next week, so right before break, to do this. So if you haven't done it this week, even though this is the week of Hour of AI, it's completely fine. Next week, this is open as well. And then just to give you an idea, there is a teacher overview linked in the website, so you can learn a little bit more. It takes about 45 to 60 minutes. You don't need any prerequisites, just your device. And it also gives you a little overview of what students do. If you give the students the link, here is, I'm going to close this. You can see that let me move myself out of the way. Okay. It walks them through step by step. So it's a little slide where they're going to, put all their work here. But it walks them through. If you click get started, it has video walkthroughs. It tells them what they're going to be doing. Let's see if I hit next. It just walks them through for every single slide what they need to do. Pretty simple. Not so simple that it doesn't, promote that critical thinking, but simple enough that as long as they're following the directions, reading the instructions, and going step by step, they should be able to complete it almost on their own. But we're really excited to bring AI to the forefront and just, get a better understanding of what it can do, what it is in a very safe environment. So thank you for those of you who have already submitted your designs. I can't wait to see them and look at them. And for those of you who are interested, just look back in your email for that email from Instructional Services titled CUSD Hour of AI. All right.
Did you know?
All right, everyone, this week's tip is the tip I would give every week, honestly. That is, sometimes our devices, our phones, our computers at home, our TVs, they just need to be turned off, right? And turned back on. But even more important than just turning it off, it needs a full reboot. Often what that means for your classroom too, is that you cut power to everything, not just turning it off. So instead of just turning the TV off, it needs to lose power entirely. Same with the Chromecast. If I just take the Chromecast and I unplug it from the back, I didn't cut power to it, I just disconnected the display. I want to take full power away from everything. It's called power cycling. It clears out all the gunk, all the cache, all the stuff that lets you start nice and fresh. So I recommend power cycling your whole setup every week. Maybe Monday morning, come in, I would walk over. If my extension cord truly has my Chromecast and TV plugged into it, I should just have one cord in the wall. And when I come over, I'm going to power cycle everything. It's all going to turn off. So take the cord right out of the wall. Give it 10 seconds or something, enough for it to like fully actually do a power cycle. You could even leave it out for a minute and walk back over in a second. Sip your coffee a little bit before you cut back over. And then I'm going to plug everything right back in, making sure that truly did turn everything off. Nothing else is plugged in by itself to the wall. And that's called power cycling. And that tends to make everything start fresh and reboot without any cache or issues. I would do it every Monday morning, frankly. On that note, I hope that you take the holiday season to do your own power cycling, your own reboot, and that you have a great time, and we'll see you when you get back.
This has been the Weekly Wires.